Dear students, myself Dr. Sridhar, working as Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Government First Grade College, Gokak. Today, I tell you about a residue theorem, that is, I prove residue theorem and I show you how to solve problems on contour integration. Okay, so let us start. Residue theorem. Residue theorem. So it states that if f of z is analytic at all points inside and on a simple closed curve except at a finite number of points isolated singular points within C, then integration over the closed curve C of f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I into bracket sum of residues at singular points within C. So that is integration over the curve C f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I into, so I into sum of the residues at singular points within C. If a1, a2, a3 are the singular points, so then residue of f of z at a1 plus residue of f of z at a2 plus residue of f of z at a3 and so on up to residue of f of z at an. So this is the Cauchy's residue theorem. Okay, so now we prove this theorem. So here consider a closed curve. Okay, so this is a closed curve C. And it is given that f of z is analytic at all points inside and on a simple closed curve. So on this closed curve, okay, the function is analytic, and also it is analytic at all points inside this closed curve except at finite number of isolated singular points within C. There are some finite number of singular points are there, say a1, a2, so a3 and so a4. So these are a finite number of singular points. So as in the last class I have already explained about singular point means what? It is a point at which the function is not analytic, or the derivative of the function does not exist at those points. So these are those points, a1, a2, a3 and a4 are those points at which the function is not analytic. A function is not analytic. So for example, if you consider a paper, say take a paper of a notebook, so how it is, so you can write on that paper very easily, and you can see every letter on that paper. If suppose that if you consider some holes on that paper, okay, and you write some one para on that paper, then what happens, you cannot read some letters on that paper because of the holes on that holes you cannot write, so some letters are missing. So therefore that paper with the holes is the example of a function which is not analytic, or the holes represent what, the points at which the function is represent the singular points. Okay, so now this is the region, and the function is analytic on this closed region, and also it is analytic at all points within this closed curve C, except at finite number of points a1, a2, a3. At these points the function is not analytic. Okay, so now we prove the theorem. So proof. Okay, so now here we use the Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region. Now we use Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region. Okay, so now, so what is a Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region? So now see here, if this is a one closed curve, okay, this is one closed curve C, and this is the region, okay, this is the region inside this closed curve C, Now this region does not have any holes in this region. Okay, in this region we can't see any holes, so we say that the function is analytic at all points. There is no singular points. Okay, it is analytic at all points. Okay, so whereas if you consider this one, suppose that if there are some holes, okay, so these holes what represents, they represents the point at which the function is not analytic. Say these are the points, or if you consider the holes or the points at which the function is not analytic. So now this is called as the multiply connected region, whereas this is called a simply connected region. So a multiple connected region means what? Just take an example of a paper with some holes on that. So that is called as a multiply connected region, whereas a paper without holes is called as a simply connected region. Okay, so when region is a simply connected, then we use Cauchy's integral theorem. So that is what Cauchy's, according to that Cauchy's integral theorem, we have integration of C over C f of z dz is equal to 0. So this we use when it is a simply connected region, and it does not have any singular points. That is, the function is analytic at every point. Now this is what? This is a region, multiply connected region. Multiply connected region means it has some singular points at which the function is not analytic. So in that case, the Cauchy's theorem becomes. So then in this case the Cauchy's theorem is integration of f of z over the curve C dz. Now what we do here, if the function is, say at this point the function is not analytic, say let us this point is a1 and it is also not analytic at the point say a2, and this is a3 and this is a4. So here there are some points a1, a2, okay, a3 and a4 at which the function is not analytic. So now what we do, we draw a circle around this point. We draw a circle around this point and call this as a circle C1. And similarly here we draw a circle around this point A2, okay, around this point A2, and we call this as C2. And similarly here we draw a circle around this point and we call this as C3. And here again we draw a circle around this point and we call this as C4. So therefore, according to Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region, what happened then, f of z is equal to integration of C1 f of z dz plus integration of C2 f of z dz plus integration of C3 f of z dz plus integration over C4 f of z dz. So that means if a function f of z is if a function f of z is not analytic at some points, say a1, a2, a3 and a4, okay, and everywhere it is analytic except at some points, that is a1, a2, a3 and a4. So then the integration over the curve C. So this is the curve C. Now integration over the curve C of f of z dz is taken as sum of the integrals, that is integration of f of z dz over the curve C1 plus integration of f of z dz over the curve C2, then plus integration of f of z dz over the curve C3 plus integration of f of z dz over the curve C4. If suppose that if it contains some n number of points, n number of singular points a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6 and so on up to an, then in that case integration of C f of z dz becomes integration of C1 f of z dz plus integration over the curve C2 f of z dz plus integration of f of z dz over the curve C3, okay, then up to and so on up to integration over the curve C1 Cn f of z dz. Okay, so this is Cauchy's theorem for Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region. Okay, multiply connected region. So now we apply this theorem to prove the residue theorem. So now coming to our original problem. So what we have taken, let C be a closed curve, and the function f of z is analytic at all points except at some finite number of points a1, a2, a3 and a4. Okay, so this is the region. Now what we do is we draw a circle around this point a1, okay, and call this as the curve C1. Similarly, we draw a circle around this point A2 and we call it as C2. Similarly, we draw a circle C3 around the point C3, and here we draw a circle around this point A4 and call this as C4 right? So now this becomes multiply connected region. Now we apply Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region. So now figure 1, I'll call this as figure 1. Now figure 1 is a multiply connected region, is a multiply connected region. So applying Cauchy's theorem for multiply connected region. So therefore integration of C f of z dz is equal to, according to that, integration over the curve C1 of f of z dz plus integration over the curve C2 f of z dz plus integration over the curve C3 f of z dz plus integration over the curve C4 f of z dz. So like that, if it contains n number of singular points, then dash 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 integration over Cn f of z dz. So now, which is the same as that is integration of C f of z dz is equal to, now by using the definition of residues, integration of C1 f of z dz is nothing but, it is because by using the residue, integration of C1 f of z dz is the same as 2 pi I into residue at f of z at a1. Okay, so according to this becomes integration over C, integration of f of z dz over C is equal to, now this function, this is same as 2 pi I into residue of f of z at a1, okay, at a1, then plus the second one, this C2, integration over the curve C2 is the same as 2 pi I into residue of f of z at a2, then plus third one again 2 pi I into residue of f of z at a3, and so on up to dash 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 for the last curve, that is integration over Cn f of z dz is the same as 2 pi I into residue of f of z at an. Okay, now taking 2 pi I common, which gives 2 pi I into, now the remaining is, if you take 2 pi I common, then it gives the sum of residues of f of z at singular points a1, a2, a3 and an. So it is sum of residues at singular points a1, a2 and a. So this is the residue theorem. Okay, so in the next video I show you how to solve problems on contour integration using residue theorem. Okay, thank you.